Have you ever had that quiet little feeling in the back of your mind that maybe, just maybe, your home doesn't quite fit your life anymore? Well, let's explore that feeling together. This is just a simple, totally pressure-free guide to help you find some clarity on what your next right step might be.
See, it usually starts just like this. It's not some big, dramatic event. It's just a quiet, persistent question that pops up. It's that feeling that something has shifted, even when all the walls around you have stayed exactly the same. And that's exactly why our very first step is all about finding clarity, without any pressure. The goal here is super simple. We are not deciding your entire future right now. Nope. We're just hitting the pause button for a second to understand what you really need in this particular season of your life. So let's be really clear about what we're doing. This whole process is not about forcing a decision or making you feel guilty or piling on the overwhelm. Not at all. It's actually about creating the total opposite. Real clarity, some genuine peace of mind, and then the confidence to know what to do next whenever you're ready.
So what do I even mean by clarity? It's really just this. It's that feeling you get from truly understanding your own needs, right here, right now. Think of it as the foundation, because once you have that understanding, the path forward starts to feel a whole lot lighter and way more manageable. And that's what we're aiming for.
Okay, so to find that clarity, we have to get grounded in what's real for you. This next part isn't about who you used to be or what you think you should be doing. It's all about being really honest about what life feels like for you in your home today.
Let's take a moment with this first question and think about it in any way that feels right, emotionally, physically, mentally. Is it the stairs? The constant yard work? Maybe just cleaning rooms you never even use? Don't judge whatever pops into your head. Just notice it.
Life is always changing, right? But our homes, they tend to stay the same. So what's different for you now compared to, say, a few years ago? A home that was absolutely perfect for one version of your life might not be serving the person you are today.
And these are the kinds of changes we're talking about. Maybe your health or energy levels are just different now. Maybe your financial priorities have completely shifted or the family structure has changed. It's these real-life shifts that can create that little bit of a mismatch between you and your house.
All right, let's get real for a second and talk about worries. What's the thing you worry about most when you think about staying put? Is it about getting around in the future? The cost of a big, unexpected repair? Maybe being too far from family? Just naming that worry is the first step to dealing with it, and it gives us some really valuable information. Okay, so moving beyond feelings and worries, our homes demand some really practical stuff from us every single day. Let's talk about the big three: your time, your energy, and your money. I want you to ask yourself this simple but honestly really powerful question. When you're all done with the upkeep, the cleaning, the repairs, the maintenance, how do you feel? Are you energized and proud, or are you just tired and kind of overwhelmed? Really tune into that feeling.
And listen, it is so common for a home to take more energy than it gives back. So if you consistently feel drained or overwhelmed after all the upkeep, please know you are definitely not alone. That's a reality for so many people.
Now, let's just imagine for a second, if you suddenly got all those hours and that energy back every single week, what would you do with it? Would you spend more time with people you love? Pick up a hobby you've been putting off? Maybe travel a little? This isn't just daydreaming. It's about identifying what really, truly matters to you. And finally, let's just gently touch on finances. A home should really be a source of security, not a source of stress. So, does your current situation feel like it's supporting your financial goals, giving you flexibility, or does it feel more like a restriction, something holding you back?
So, with all of this reflection, where do we go from here? How do we find our next step? Well, this is the most important part. We are not looking for some giant, scary leap. We're just looking for one small, manageable move forward. That's it.
I really want to repeat this because it's so important. You are not deciding your entire future today. You are just identifying what feels like the very next move that feels right and aligned with the clarity you've been finding. That's the whole game. So, what is that step? And remember, it doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's just learning more about your options. Maybe it's having one conversation with a family member or a trusted professional. What just feels like the first right thing to do? And here's a super simple way to think about it. Once you've identified that one small step, ask yourself this: what would make doing this feel calm? And then, and this is crucial, let go of any expectations about where it has to lead. Just take that one calm step. Just let that sink in for a second. Give yourself permission to not have it all figured out. You don't need all the answers today.
All you ever need is just enough clarity for the very next step. The rest of the path, it reveals itself as you start walking.
All right, let's wrap this up with one final, really powerful reflection. I think this single question can cut through all the noise and bring everything we've talked about into super sharp focus.
Read that one more time. Does my current home support the life I'm living now or the life I used to live? There is absolutely no right or wrong answer here and definitely no judgment. It's just an honest question for you to sit with.
And at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. The entire goal of this exercise is simply to find some clarity. Because when you have that clarity, you know what the natural result is? A deep and lasting sense of peace of mind, no matter what your next right step ends up being.